So, okay. So tonight I just wanted to talk about being confident in your business and how to grow it, grow your team, and how to just kind of go for it without holding back. I think this was a really big thing for me when I started is I just went for it as soon as I became a coach. I didn't wait for anyone to tell me how to do it. I didn't wait for step-by-step instructions on how to do it. I just figured it out and went for it. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I have a list of 5 different things. So if you guys are taking notes, 5 different things that you can do to help you just be more confident and really just go for it. So the first thing is know your why. And I talk about this a lot in Beachbody, but know why you want this to work for you. So whether it's you're a mom and you want to stay home with your kids, or you need the extra income, or whether you hate your job and you want this to work so bad so you can quit it and do something that you love, write it down. Write down your why for why you want it to work. And if it's a certain dollar amount that you need to make it work, write that down too. So be very specific. And, for me, it's that I want to stay home with my son. And most of you guys know I'm pregnant and about to pop with our second son. And I want to be able to stay home with both of them until they're in school. I don't want to feel like I have to go back to work. Also, my husband's job is super, it could change every day. We never know what his income could be. We never know if it could be over. He plays baseball, so he could break his arm tomorrow and be done with his career. And I never want him to feel like if his career ends that our life's over. So anyway, for me, those are the driving forces for me, is to make sure that my husband's confident and, be able to stay home with my kids. And that means enough to me that I will push through those hard times. And that's kind of what identifying your why is about, is knowing why you want this to work so bad, so that if you are having an off month, or you're having a hard time filling your challenge groups, or no one wants to buy a workout program, that you're still going to keep pushing through no matter what, because it means that much to you. Number 2, and this one's totally a given, but focus on your fitness and your personal development. So obviously work out every day, drink your Shakeology, eat healthy, work to get your next after picture. So if you're starting a brand new workout program, say you just started PIO, take those before pictures, take those after pictures, and work your butt off so that you are getting a difference, that you are, you look better, that you're noticing results, so that you can share those with people. Because that's, really as a coach, you're sharing your story and you're sharing what works for you. And if you're not walking the walk, no one's going to listen to you. So you really have to focus on yourself and make sure that you're doing the things that you're telling your challengers to do. Another part of personal development that I have found to be super important is to set 10 goals and put it on a vision board. You can find things online, or you can even just create a picture on your computer with, you can cut and paste pictures of your family, or pictures of your house, like if you want to pay off your house, but make 10 huge goals that you want to accomplish with this business. And put it on a picture and print it out somewhere for you to see, whether it's in your office, or, in a notebook, if you have a Beachbody notebook to stay organized. But set 10 crazy goals. And these are supposed to be big goals, really big goals that you want to accomplish. For me, one of ours is to pay off our house, to be in the top 20. I want our team to be in the top 20 with Beachbody. Right now we're in the top 100. How much money I want to be making at a certain point in this business. The fact that I want to stay home with my kids, like growing myself personally, that kind of thing. So you want to put those as your top 10 goals, have pictures related to it. And what I'm going to ask everybody to do in the next week, if you feel comfortable, is I want everyone to share it on the Hard Hitters page. what your 10 crazy goals are. Because if you're not sharing it with people, you're not going to be accountable. So, if you're going to share it with the Hard Hitters page, great. Share it with your spouse. Just let people know what your goals are. And I remember last year at the beginning of the year, I sat down and I made a vision board for myself. And I actually sat down with my husband and told him, like, this is what I'm going for. And he was like, awesome, go for it. Like, these are great. And so it was just cool to have his support and for him to know what I'm pushing for. Because he'll even tell me now, like, oh, are you hitting your goal? Are you making enough this month? Like, so he's pushing me and trying to get me to do better too and not just settle. So it's really nice to share it with people. And the other reason it's important to kind of have a vision board is you have to know where you want to go. Otherwise, you're not going to get there. So if you don't have goals that you're looking for, dates that you're pushing for, if you're pushing for that next Beachbody coach rank, if you're going for Emerald or Ruby or Diamond, if you don't have goals in place for that, you're just going to float and you're not going to push yourself. So, set goals, push yourself, but be realistic. You're not going to make $10,000 next month if you're a brand new coach. Like, it's just not going to happen. But, set goals that are really going to push yourself. If you're pushing yourself to be Diamond in the next 30 days, if you're already Emerald and you want to be Diamond in 30 days, that's awesome. Push for it and go for it, but put that date out there. Even if you don't hit Diamond in those 30 days, you're probably going to be a lot further off than if you weren't pushing for anything. So use that vision board and those 10 goals to put those dates down and really push yourself. Okay, number 3, and this is a huge one. Don't wait to be invited, taught, or told how to build this business. I can only help you guys as much as I can. I can give you as much information. I can tell you what's worked for me. I can tell you what's worked for other coaches. I can share videos. I can share trainings. But when it comes down to it, you have to take control of your business and you have to find out what works for you. And you have to find out how you're going to reach your market, how you're going to relate to people. Because what might have worked for me may not work for you. So, you have to take control of your business and learn on your own. And I've told a lot of you guys this before. Like with my upline coach, I talked to her twice since I've signed up. It was over a year and a half ago. Twice on the phone about how to grow my business. And I'm not saying that I don't want you guys to ask me questions because I love it. Like, send me messages, ask me questions. I'm totally fine with it. But I just want you to know that you don't have to wait for me to tell you how to do this to be successful. And you don't have to have if you don't feel like I'm helpful or whatever, which is fine. You don't have to, it doesn't matter. You can do it on your own and you can figure this out. In this business, you don't have to have someone hold your hand. There isn't a right or wrong way to do it. There's not a right or wrong way to grow your team, a right or wrong way to do challenge groups, a right or wrong workout to do, and anything. Like, this is your business. You're your boss. You can do it however you want. Research training on your own. If you're struggling with something, look at the top coaches. You can even look in the Hard Hitters group or the TKO Facebook groups, which you guys should all be a part of, and look in the files section of those groups. And scroll down, and there's recordings, there's documents. I remember when I was a new coach, I would just go through the TKO page and scroll down and just look at things and get ideas and look at the trainings they have and listen to calls that I was struggling with. There's so many resources out there and so many coaches. I mean, you can even YouTube's a question you have about Beachbody, and you can find tons of videos of ideas. So do research on training that you're struggling with and just take control of that on your own. And don't rely on anyone else to grow this business for you. And another thing that really helps that you may not think of is to be super active in the coach groups. So in the Hard Hitters group or in the TKO group, be super active because you will learn by answering questions. So if you see someone post a question on there that you think you know the answer to, answer it. Be a part of the group. Be engaged with people. Welcome the new coaches when people announce they have a new coach. Make them feel welcome. Make them feel like they're a part of the team. Because remember how it was when you were new, and how cool it was when you saw all these people welcoming you to this new endeavor that you're starting. So you want to make people feel welcome, and ask questions on there, and be on the calls. For those of you that are on here, I love it. Be on the calls and be a part of this team, because all of it is going to build your confidence as a leader. Because the more you're involved, the more you know, the more questions you're answering, or even asking, you're just going to learn more and more and more. And that's going to build your confidence, so that when you have a team below you, you're going to know those answers, because you have been active and you have been doing the research, and you're going to be able to give them direction, and you're going to know how you want to run your team, or how you can help people, or what benefited you so you can help your team grow. So just be very active. Take control of your business, and don't sit back and wait for someone to do it for you. Number 4, and this one I love, and it's so true. Fake it until you make it. So this business, from an outsider's perspective, what is their view of you? Do they think you're a top 10 coach? Think about it. A lot of people don't really know Beachbody. They don't know how good you are. They don't know how high the ranks are. They don't know what emerald means. Like if they see on your page that you became an emerald coach, they don't know that means you just have 2 coaches under you. For all that they know, that might mean you're top in the business. And I remember watching my upline coach, and there'd be something posted about her becoming a diamond coach or becoming an emerald coach. And I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, she's doing so good. I had no idea what she was doing. But I think from the outside looking in, you can make people think you're a successful coach. And I don't mean that like you're being fake or whatever, but you want to talk with confidence about what you're doing. You want people, when you're sharing about your challenge groups, you want people pumped up to be a part of it. You want it to sound like it's this special thing. You want, you talk about the experience that you've had with the company confidently. Don't second guess what you post. Post it, be confident, be yourself. And don't double guess or second guess yourself. That's what I'm looking for. Don't second guess yourself. Don't let the no's bring you down. If people say no, keep going. I had one time I was trying to fill a challenge group, and I ended up filling it with all repeat challengers. No one new signed up. But that could have easily discouraged me and been like, okay, I'm done. No one wants to sign up with me. Forget it. I'm not going to run another challenge group next month. I'm not going to, I don't want to put myself out there and everyone say no to me again. Like, no, every month you show up, you have your challenge group every month. You act like you're filling those groups so fast. Like you barely have enough room for all the people that want to join them, and talk about all the success you're having. Talk about all the success that your challengers are having. Just be super confident, because people love that, and they want to be a part of something exciting. They want to be a part of something fun. And if you're second guessing yourself, it will come across on the computer screen. Even if you don't think it will, it will. People can see right through that. Even when you're private messaging people and talking about programs or talking about your challenge groups, be confident about it. Know what you want going in. If you're going to require everybody to have a challenge pack, which Lisa, I don't know if challenge pack is a workout in Shakeology. If you're going to require everyone in that group to have a challenge pack, then you be very confident with that's the requirements to be in the group. If you want to be in the group, this is what you need to purchase, and this is what everybody's doing. And you just be confident with what you're doing. And like I said, learn from your mistakes too. So think about, why didn't a certain approach work? So if you were talking to someone and they seemed super pumped up, and then all of a sudden there was like crickets, like go back through that message and think like, what could I have said differently? Was I too pushy? Did I just send them my website and wait for them to go to my website, or, go there and purchase what I wanted? because I always like to send people that customized link through that Coach Mobile site. For those of you that are new, it's the coachmobile.teambeachbody.com. And you can send people a customized link for the challenge pack that they're going to order with the flavor Shakeology they want directly to their email. So they're not fishing around on your email trying to fishing around on your website trying to figure out where the product is and how to buy it and get confused and get frustrated and, look back on, maybe a message and say, was I too vague? Was I not giving them a deadline to order that they just kind of floundered and didn't buy anything? So figure out, why people said no. Don't get discouraged and let it, fire you up for the next time and learn from it. I learned a ton in the beginning on how to approach people and how to talk to people, and figured out what worked for me, where I could come across confident talking like I talk every day to people, and figure out a way to connect to people. And so just, figure out what works. Do research on health and fitness and share it with people. That's one thing that I think gets lost a lot on this business, is that you want people to benefit from following you, whether they're joining a challenge group or not. So do research on coconut oil. Why is coconut oil good for you? Or do research on clean eating and share a clean eating tip. Do research on paleo. A lot of people are really into paleo now. What's a paleo tip you could give people? Share recipes that you've made with your family. If you're a mom, share a healthy recipe for a toddler that they'll eat. So make sure that you're giving people things and not always asking for things in return. In that sense, they're going to learn to trust you, because they're going to feel like you really are out there to help them. You're not just out there for the sale. You're not just out there to get them to join your next challenge group. So, share what you're learning. If you learned a new move in your workout program, share it and show people how to do it, and tell them how many reps to do, and give them a little workout to do. So don't be afraid to give people free things, because in return, they are going to trust you and will maybe will join your challenge group at that point. Copy what other successful coaches do. I think there's a list in the Hard Hitters page. If not, I'll make sure I add it, of some of my favorite Beachbody coaches. But find your favorites and look on their pages a couple times a week to get ideas. And copy what they do, like not verbatim, like don't copy and paste what's on their page, but look at it for ideas. And I still do that all the time. Like, what are people doing? What are they talking about? What kind of challenge groups are they running? And, you can get ideas and use that, shape it to you, make it sound like you, but, it'll help give you ideas and help figure out how you want to market yourself. So that's another big one too, is a part of being confident. You want people to know what to expect when they come to your page. Pick 3 things that you're constantly going to post about. So like for me, I normally post about like being a mom or having a toddler, or something along those lines. Something about fitness, whether it's like motivation or my workout for the day. And then I like to share clean eating tips or healthy recipes or that kind of thing. Those are kind of the 3 things I try to do. But, just kind of market yourself, figure out what you want people to view you as, who's your market, who are you trying to reach, and then figure out how you're going to talk to those people. So fake it until you make it. Okay, number 4, get a success partner. This is a huge one. So what a success partner is it's another Beachbody coach that's at the same point in the business that you are. So if you need some help finding someone, shoot me a message and I'll find you a success partner. But the reason this is so important is that it's someone at the same point in the business as you that you can bounce ideas off of, that you can set goals together. So if you guys are both Emerald, who's going to hit Diamond first? Who's going to be a Diamond coach? How are you guys going to get there? What's your strategy to get there? Or what's the next challenge group you're running? What have they done that has worked? How can you guys help each other out? It's a great way to hold yourself accountable, because you have someone checking in with you like, oh, hey, how's your challenge group going? How many people did you get in there? How did you do it? It just really helps to bounce ideas off of. You can team up with that person and do a challenge group together. And that takes the pressure off getting, 5 to 7 people by yourself, Again, you could get 2 to 3 people, each of you, and run a challenge group together. You could also run a Coach Basics group together. This is one that I would love to see someone step up in the Hard Hitters page and run their own Coach Basics group. And I can give you the format that I use for a Coach Basics group. And basically what that is a 21-day group that you can run with your new coaches to train them on all the Beachbody stuff. I think all of you have completed it except Lisa. You're gonna get thrown into one in September. But it's a 21-day group of just helping new coaches, giving them all the training they need to start out. Run that, because that's going to, again, teach you how to be confident, answer questions, feel confident talking to your coaches instead of just relying on your upline coach to do it. Another thing a success partner can do that I love is honestly go on each other's pages. So whether you just use your profile page to run your business, which is totally fine, or whether you have a fitness page, whichever way you have it, have that person go to your page and scroll through it and look at some of the posts that you've had and give you feedback or advice on how you can make it better. Because what you want people to want to follow you. So you can have your success partner kind of scan through your page and just give me honest feedback. What would you think if you were an outsider looking in? Would you feel like you're getting to know me? Would you feel like I'm relatable? Does it look like I'm just trying to sell things? Or, is my page benefiting people? Is it inspiring? Get that feedback, because it helps. So get a success partner. And this has been a huge one for me too. And I love it. I love meeting with my success partner. We talk all the time. We set goals. We run groups together. She's been awesome for me. So this is a great one. So please let me know if you want help finding someone. All right, number 5. This is all about growing your team. So how can you be confident while growing your team? So you can lean on your upline coach. So I don't want you to think if you're a brand new coach, you just started 2 weeks ago and you signed your best friend because she wanted to drink Shakeology too and get a discount, that you're on your own to teach her how to run the business. Like, no. And every month I run those coach internships or those Coach Basics groups, and I would love to have anyone that wants to throw their coaches in there join. That's awesome. I love helping. I love helping your coaches. Your coaches can message me if they want to. So you can lean on your upline coach for help. The other nice thing, especially with TKO, that bigger Facebook group that you guys are all a part of, they run trainings all the time. They have those push to emerald groups or those push to diamond groups that you can always put your coaches in to help give them that extra training from coaches that are a little bit more experienced than you are. But the thing that you need to do is encourage them to join it. Because sometimes as a new coach, you're intimidated. You don't know what you should join, what groups you should be a part of. So you want to encourage your coaches, your new coaches, to be in those groups, because it's just going to grow them as coaches and it's just going to benefit you. Send them any calls that you find helpful. If you listen to a national wake-up call that you think is awesome, send them the link to it and, just say, hey, or even post it in the Hard Hitters page. Say, hey, this, I really thought this was good. You guys should check it out. Or if you're searching on YouTube and you found something you thought was super helpful, throw it on the Hard Hitters page or send it to your coaches. Be like, hey, I just thought this would help you. Don't be afraid to share what's worked for you. Do a getting started right call with them. So this is when the first 24 to 48 hours after they have signed up as a coach, you get them on the phone and you really just talk to them about the basics. And I'll tell you kind of what I do on my getting started right calls. They're not anything crazy. The first thing I do is I like to get to know them. I have them send me the about me form back so I can get to know them as a person, hear about their fitness goals. What's their job? How many kids do they have? Get to know them. So I read through that. And then when I talk to them, I just talk to them about their goals. What do they want from this? Are they expecting to quit their job in a year? If they are, then I know how hard I need to push them or what goals I can set for them. if this is just going to be a fun hobby for them, at least I know that going forward. So I know what kind of coach they're going to be. I talk to them about the initial goals for their first month. There's 3 that I talk about. 1, hitting Success Club. So I always tell them they need to hit, their goal should be to hit Success Club 5 their first month. Number 2, I tell them to shoot for Emerald. I got Emerald within my first 3 weeks as a coach. And I always love for them to hit in that first month, because then they start getting those free leads and commissions the second month. So it just is worth it. And the number 3 goal for them is to pay back their Shakeology so they can continue to drink that monthly for free. And again, hitting Emerald's going to help that, because if they're getting those free leads and commission, that's going to help pay back their Shakeology. And also hitting Success Club. If they hit Success Club, they're going to get more free leads. So again, all those things just kind of help them pay back their Shakeology and start to make money right away. So they feel motivated. They're ready to go. That's all I really do on the Getting Started Right calls. They're not anything mind-blowing. They're not anything crazy. The other thing I do is I let them know when the Getting Started Right group, or what I like to call the New Coach Boot Camp, I let them know when they're going to be in that. So that's all I do on the Starting Right calls. Super easy, super simple. Just something, to get them. Oh, and also answer any questions they have, any basic questions. So, like I said, get them in a Coach Basics group. Don't ever let a new coach go without getting in a new group. I start them, like I said, every month. If you have a new coach and you're not going to run a group yourself, let me know. We'll get them in our next Coach Basics group, or Coach Intern, Coach Boot Camp group. Track their progress, especially for those coaches that are going for it, that are really shooting for Success Club every month, that really want to grow their business. Work with them, encourage them, send them messages like, hey, you're 1 point away from hitting Success Club this month. Like, go for it. I know you can do it. Or you're 1 coach away from being Emerald. I know you can hit Emerald this month. Like, go for it. You totally got this. Be their cheerleader. Let them know you're paying attention. Let them know they're important to you, that they're not just a number, that they're not just, someone they signed and forgot about. But, just one thing to know, about 10 to 20% of the coaches that you sign are really going to go for it. And that's just the nature of this business. You can't get frustrated about it, because some people they will end up, life will get ahead of, they'll get caught up with life, and they never are able to, really go for it. And that's fine. It's not your fault. It's not their fault. But that's why it's important to continue to add coaches all the time, because you never really know who's going to rock this business and who isn't. There'll be sometimes I'll talk to someone on the phone and I feel like they are going to go for it. Like this is their dream job. They're going for it. And then crickets, they don't never do anything. And that's fine. So 10 to 20% of your coaches are going to work the business. And for those that are going to work it and go for it, you be there to support them and encourage them and cheer them on and set goals with them and do whatever you can to help them. Because that's why you're here. That's why you're assigning coaches, and why you're doing a business that's based on helping people, is because you want to help people. So, that should be your goal. The last thing I will say, as far as growing your team and being confident, once you hit Diamond, start your own team. Start your own team name. Start your own team group. Go for it. When I hit Diamond, that's when I started Hard Hitters. And I was super nervous about it, super nervous about starting my own group and feeling like I wouldn't be able to lead this group of people, but it has been amazing, and it's grown me as a person. It's grown me as a coach. It's taught me a ton. So once you hit Diamond, go for it. Start your own team, start leading your team, start, really confidently leading the people that are underneath you. So those are the top 5 things that I wanted to tell you. And I want to open it up for those of you on the line. If you guys have any questions, we have about 7 minutes left before Zoom is going to kick me off. So you guys can unmute and ask any questions that you have. And if you don't, that's okay too. You guys good? Oh, Lisa, I don't know if I can hear you. Were you asking something? Oh, okay. No. Was that helpful at all? Did that give you guys some ideas that you can really put into use and all that stuff?
Yes.
Good. Okay, good. I'm glad. If after this call, if you guys have any questions, let me know. You can private message me, Lisa, me and you. We got a phone date in a couple days, so we'll go for that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for jumping on. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of your night, and I will talk to you guys all soon.